Imagine having a crystal ball that tells you exactly what Etsy products to create next, what keywords to target, and how to effortlessly attract more buyers in your Etsy shop. It's not magic, it's strategy using breadcrumbs that you're given. And today I'm going to show you the 5-step process with tons of bonus nuggets you can use to get more traffic and sales in your Etsy shop. And this is probably one of the biggest reasons I was able to scale my Etsy shop from a few $1,000s a year to $100,000 over time. Here's my best performing shop. I have several Etsy shops. This is my best performing one by far. I just cracked the $550,000 mark. And I want for you guys to be able to do the same thing in your business and get the growth that you deserve. So let's dive into this strategy. All right, here we go. Here are the 5 steps that we're going to dive into and talk about today. And these are going to make more sense, obviously, as I dive into each one of these points. So step 1, view the breadcrumbs. All right, so what the heck do I mean by this? So what we are going to do, and the breadcrumbs are just the trail of information that Etsy gives us that a lot of people don't pay attention to. And it can help save you a lot of time, a lot of energy, and a lot of struggle if we just pay attention to the information that we're giving and then act on it. And this is what I'm going to help you do exactly that today. So a couple of things that this is going to help us determine. 1, where our traffic is coming from. 2, what are the top keywords bringing in traffic? And 3, what are the top listings that are bringing in traffic and views? And the more you are on Etsy, the more that you add listings, and the faster you get started, the more information you're going to have at your advantage, right? So that's why it's important to keep going. So how do we get that information? Well, we're going to go inside our stats dashboard. So if you go into your stats, you're going to click on the stat traffic here, and then you're going to scroll down a little bit, and it's going to bring you up to this, how shoppers found you. So here are the different sources: Etsy app and other pages, Etsy search, Etsy marketing and SEO, direct and other traffic, social media, and Etsy ads. So this is the information that I'm talking about that we're going to use to our advantage. But what do each of these mean? Well, if you click here for a quick rundown, Etsy will remind you of this information, but I'm here, so we'll go through it. So Etsy search is visits from people searching on Etsy. So this doesn't include Etsy ads promoted in Etsy search or Etsy search traffic in the Etsy app. So you can also see what search terms people are using to find your listings, which we're going to check into next. So Etsy search, people are finding you, in the search tab within Etsy. Etsy app and other pages, basically just people visiting the Etsy app on their phone, and then what pages they are visiting as well. So this is coming from the Etsy search, favorites, and Etsy ads. Click in the Etsy app, So basically the Etsy app. Etsy marketing and SEO is visits from traffic through offsite ads and Google. So if you're participating in offsite ads, which is optional if you make less than $10,000 in a rolling 365-day period, this is going to show stuff. If you're not in Etsy ads, you're not going to see anything here. Etsy ads are just like that, or just that. Etsy ads within the Etsy platform, if you're participating in that, this is where your traffic is coming from. Offsite ads, visits from traffic through offsite ads. So again, this is a little redundant, but this is offsite ads traffic. Social media is visits from Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, and other social media channels. That's going to be shown in social media. Advertising, visits from ads in Etsy search and on Google. So this doesn't include visits from ads in the Etsy app. And then direct and other traffic. Basically, people are typing in your exact URL to your shop or to your listing. So these people are doing a little extra oomph and they're typing your stuff in directly. So that's kind of the overview of this, just to have like a loose understanding. So how we're going to use this information is we are going to click in here and be able to see kind of where our traffic is coming from. So these two, Etsy search and Etsy app, are usually very similar as far as what they show. So you can click in here and kind of see where your traffic is coming from and keywords. So if I click in here, I can see kind of here's my traffic and then most visited listings and then the actual search terms that people are typing in. So this is valuable information. If you go and do Etsy search, it's going to be kind of similar as far as search terms and listings, but you can still see there may be some discrepancies, some different information in there. Etsy marketing and SEO. This is if you're doing offsite ads, you can kind of see where your traffic sources are coming from on offsite ads. And then the final one is direct and other traffic. So this is kind of cool. You can see which websites your traffic's coming from. So I've went viral before on BuzzFeed, and I couldn't figure out what the heck was happening, why I was getting so many sales. So this helped me determine, okay, this is where I'm getting the sales from, because it was a crazy amount. But you're also going to start to see that AI is going to play a part in here. You can see Perplexity is in here. You'll see ChatGPT in here as well. So a lot more traffic is starting to come from ChatGPT. So you may see that in here also. Now, the other really helpful part is social media. So you can start to see where your traffic is coming from social media. If you're promoting on social media, you're posting stuff like how is that paying off? What channels are doing better than the other ones. So that's really valuable information as well. So that's number one. We want to dive into those channels and look and see that information, the listings, the keywords, where our traffic is coming from, which keywords are bringing in traffic, which listings are performing the best. So that is definitely helpful. And what you can do as well, if you continue to scroll down, you can see your listings, and then which you can sort by revenue or number of orders, and see the top listings that brought in revenue or orders, favorites, or views. You can sort by that as well. And if you scroll at the top, you can actually change. This is for 30 days. You can change the time frame that you're looking at to get even more information. So step one is all about those breadcrumbs. Find the breadcrumbs, find the information that you're going to use to your advantage. Step two, we're going to also look at additional information, and we are going to continue our deep dive and look at individual analytics. So what we can do is go back to our stats tab, go to one of our top listings, click on it, and then view the individual listing stats for this listing. So we can see as we scroll down on an individual basis where our traffic's coming from, and then the popular search terms, and then also social media. So we can do, and you should do, a deep dive on your top listings if you have them. You should have at least listings that are getting more traffic than the others. So that's where we're going to focus. We're going to focus on sales first, and then if not sales, we are going to focus on the listings that have the most traffic to get that information. That's supposed to be a person representing traffic. Not a very good one. All right, step three. This is about making a plan. So all this information in step 1 and 2 is all well and good, but if we can't put this into a plan, into an action plan, it's not going to help us. And this is what adds fuel to the fire. This is really where you're going to see a huge bump in what you're doing if you do this correctly. So this is where the rubber meets the road, as they say. And if you need more help with this is what I help. The planning phase and the strategizing phase and the action taking is really what I help people the most with inside my Etsy Games VIP community. So there's a link below. You can hop in there. I do one-on-one coaching calls with new members. I do group coaching calls. We also have courses for SEO. I help you out with your SEO. I help you out with trends. Just a positive, fun, motivational place to come get support and the strategies to grow your business at a very, very minimal investment back into your business, into your growth. So I'd love to see you guys in there. Lots of success stories in there. Lots of people with a lot of wins in there. So it's a really fun place to come and hang out. So hope to see you guys over there. All right, so let's dive through the plan. So what we're going to do, there's 5 ways that we can use this to our advantage, the information that we just gathered to our advantage. First and foremost is we are going to look at the information that we gathered in the first 2 steps, and we're going to set our listing strategy. So first and foremost, this stuff is based on a consistent listing strategy. You got to continue to add new listings so you can give the algorithm more data, but also determine what's going to work and what's going to continue to work and where to go. Give us more breadcrumbs. So we should do a consistent listing strategy of 2 to 5 listings a week with this strategic information or the strategic plan in place. So that consistent flow of new listings helps feed the algorithm, but also we can see over time what's going to work even better. So with that in mind, the first way to use that information to our advantage is new listings based on what's selling and getting traffic, right? So we can go back and look and see from that information, what are the listings getting traffic first and then eventually sales, hopefully. But what are those listings? Now we can think about what new listings we can do similar to those listings. If you do a funny mom wine drinking shirt and that's selling, okay, do more funny mom wine drinking shirts with different sayings and whatnot. It's follow those breadcrumbs, release more of what is working. So that's the first way. The second way is new variations for listings based on what's selling. So how can we offer different sizes, colors, styles? If we do that funny mom wine drinking shirt on a shirt, it's selling well, offer it on a sweatshirt, offer it on a tank top, or maybe we offer some different colors. So same thing. If you have a beach painting that's doing well, try offering it in different sizes. Try offering it in, maybe you do that same painting on a shirt or on a mug. So there's a lot of different things you can do, new variations based on what's selling. The third way is new listings based on the top keywords. So as you saw before, we can go in and see the keywords that are bringing in that traffic. So that's a good indication that a lot of people are using those keywords to search for things. And if we have those things that relate to those keywords, then release products using those keywords that are related to those keywords. So there's a chance that we're already getting the traffic and that we'll be able to convert even more of that traffic to sales if we have more products related to what people are searching for. The fourth way is introduce top keywords into existing listings, right? So that's a big miss for a lot of sellers. You go in, you see, okay, I'm getting a lot of traffic for this keyword or these combinations of keywords, but I only have one listing that has those keywords. I have another 5 listings that could have those keywords that would make sense to have those keywords, but I don't have those in those listings. So that means that those people are not finding those listings because they don't have those keywords, but those keywords are popular. So let's put those keywords in other listings where it makes sense, where it applies. Now, you don't want to put those keywords in listings where it doesn't make sense and it's not relevant, because that's going to end up hurting you, right? Because those people are going to find your listing and then those keywords are not related to what you're actually selling. So they're going to bump out and leave right away. And eventually the algorithm is going to see a lot of people are coming to your listing, not buying, not staying for very long. That's a bad indicator. That's a bad sign. So they're going to stop showing your listing. It's going to get pushed way back in search. The fifth way is more content on social media channels that are bringing in traffic, right? So if you go and you look and you see, if you're doing Facebook, Pinterest, and X, and only Pinterest is bringing in traffic, well, hey, maybe we want to forget about Facebook and X. Maybe we want to, and it takes time to do those channels. So maybe we don't have so much time in the day. Let's just focus on what's working. Pinterest, that's bringing in traffic. That's working for us. Let's just not do Facebook. What's the point? So that's a good indicator too. So those are the 5 ways that you guys can use this to make your plan and capitalize on what is actually already working. A lot of people make this mistake where they'll do, okay, I have this list of products or I have this list of ideas, and they're going to basically follow this list. They're like, I want to do this idea, this listing, this one, this one, this one, this one. And this takes a ton of time. So you're wasting all of this time when you could, instead of doing this, focusing on these strategies, and you are going to move so much faster, so much quicker, and see a lot more positive results for what you're doing rather than doing this when chances are you're going to have to do this for a long time before you find some more winners again, because you're just kind of throwing mud on the wall and you don't have a specific strategy for what you're doing. And kind of a bonus to this strategy is as well is using keyword and product resource sources such as Alura, which is a keyword tool, which there's a link below. You can try that out for free, or even Etsy has a built-in keyword tool to help you double down further on what's working. So if I have a keyword or I have a listing that's working well, I can go into Alura and search for, if I do funny wine shirt, I can go in here and search, okay, what are some other keywords that are popular related to this funny wine shirt? And I could use that to beef up my new listings with even more keywords that people are searching for related to funny wine shirt. Or Alura has a cool tool here, which you can go into sales and look for, let's say minimum sales per month. And I can see funny wine shirt and look at the listings that have a minimum of 50 monthly sales per month and do listings related to these that apply with my own flavor, my own style. Obviously, I'm not copying these, but are there listings that are related to my bestseller that I could also do that are related to funny wine drinking shirts? So it's product research. Plus there's Etsy where you can go in here and they have a keyword tool now under stats. So if you go into the stats tab, marketplace insights, you can kind of go in here and it's not as robust as like Alura or like eRank or those, but you can still use it for search data. So funny shirt, I just did searches, but you can also see related search terms as well to get some ideas that way, and then related products as well to kind of see what's selling, what's popular. So that's one way that you could use this to kind of even further double down on what's already working within your own shop, and then leverage if other information, either keywords or other products out there that you want to introduce to give you even a better chance of success. So that's 3, the plan. Number 4, action, right? This is all about taking this plan and consistently release listings based on the last step. So this is about you're implementing your consistent listing strategy, 2 to 5 listings per week without fail, because a lot of shops, they'll do listings and they'll see this kind of growth, right? And then they will hit a listing number, they'll hit whatever number they want to hit. And then they'll just not do anything in their shop. They'll just let it ride. And then eventually what's going to start happening is you're going to start to see this. If you're not continually working on your shop and adding new listings and tweaking stuff, you're going to see this downward trend. And a lot of people sit it and forget it. And this is with any business. You do this eBay, you do this Poshmark, anywhere. If you're not continually working on your shop and adding new stuff, especially in a strategic way, you're going to start to see that downward trend. So don't give up ground on what you've already done. Just be consistent. That's really, really important. All right, step 5. This is how you really will see an explosion of growth. After 60 to 90 days, reanalyze and go through these exact same steps again. Reanalyze what is working based on what you've done, because you're going to take, from the first time that you do this, you're going to do a lot more work in 60 to 90 days. And the reason I say 60 to 90 days is because I don't want you to continue to do this every week or every 2 weeks. After you do this, after you analyze your shop and set this plan into action, you need to take that action for weeks and weeks and weeks before you give the algorithm and yourself enough data to do it again, right? You're going to be at the same spot and it's going to be a waste of time. So give yourself a nice chunk of time, 2 to 3 months to take action on your first strategy. So another reason too, we call this as an entrepreneur shiny ball syndrome, where it's like, okay, I did this thing, now I found something new, and then I'm going to run in this direction, then I'm going to run in this direction. And what happens is you're not going to make any ground because you're running in too many different directions, right? So take action on what you learned first for those first couple of months, and then you're going to circle back and do the same thing. You're going to find new insights. Probably out of this new strategy, you're going to find some of your listings that have started to perform well again. Maybe some different listings have started to perform well. And those are going to be the new breadcrumbs that we set our plan into action for the next 2 to 3 months, right? And then we're going to do it again and do it again. But this is how you make a lot of progress a lot quickly. And if you ever look at your competition and maybe some of your people are doing the same, and then you look again and they're way above you as far as performance, it's because they have a strategy and they're probably doing something similar to this and you're not. And you can't really see what it is. But this is probably more than likely they're doing something similar because I've did the same thing. And this is what's going to help you grow. It's going to give you a roadmap, a strategy, and you're not going to be as frustrated. You're not going to be wondering what the heck to do because this is exactly what you do. you're using the information that you already have, setting that plan. It may not be sexy. It may not be as fun as doing that other set of listings that you really want to try out. But this, if you want to be able to grow a lot faster, this is where you go. And then on the side, once you have this stuff clicking, then you can introduce some other sub niches or some other ideas. It doesn't mean you can't do those, but don't let those derail this actual strategy that's been proven to work, because the shiny ball syndrome is real, right? And it will derail you. If you're working on a new product line, you're going to forget about all this stuff. And that new product line has an 80% chance that it's not going to sell, right? So the majority of your listings, do not perform well. That's why we got to pay attention to the 20% of listings that do well, and then have a strategy to capitalize on them. And that's why this works so well. So that's it, guys. Hopefully that helps you right now set a plan in action so you can do it the rest of this year. Get ready for next year so you can kill it coming out of the gate. And then also, if you want to expedite things a little bit more, you want that extra layer of support, there's the Etsy Games VIP community as well. I'd love to see you guys in there. It really is a fun place to come and hang out and get actual real help from a real person that actually cares without charging you thousands of dollars a month. So I'd love to see you guys over there. Until next time, we'll be back soon with some more good stuff for you. Have an amazing rest of your day.